Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group will be sharing about Sustainable Development Goal 16, Peace, Justice and Strong Institution. We choose the topic Islamophobia. Our team members are Nur Wad'ah, Nur Farah Balkis, Arifah Shazana and Nur Hidayati. These are our table of contents, which include introduction, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, conclusion, and of course, references. So let's start.
First of all, what is Islamophobia? Islamophobia is an intensity of hatred and racism against Muslims. This unwanted apprehension has greatly contributed to discrimination against Muslims. This phenomena is often lead to hate crime and also include in unfairness of society and politics. Okay, next is our problem statement. As we can see that there has been a rising in anti-Muslim mentality and global hate toward Islam. They said that Muslim culture are seen as entirely distinct from other culture and Islam is considered to be dangerous to other religion. Next is our objective. Firstly, to study the concept of peace, justice, and strong institution according to Sharia, which is to clarify the meaning and the use of concept of justice, peace, and strong institution in our research. And the second objective is to identify the cases of Islamophobia and its factors, which is to analyze some issue that related to Islamophobia that occur in our world. Let's move on to the issue. One of the factors affecting Islamophobia is prejudice. Prejudice is a person's tendency to assume critically about other groups. The issue happened when a pig head was left on the outside of the mosque in Ireland. A decapitated head of a pig was found in front of the mosque bathroom. The police had identified that this incident happened in the middle of the night, and they also had clarified that this incident are being treated as hate crime and also one of the Islamophobic attack against Muslims in Australia. Due to the issue, it seems that Islamophobic against Muslims are a serious issue, and these people seek to heighten religious and racial conflict. The attitude of being prejudiced is because of their false perception toward Islam and misunderstood the concept of Islamic religion and see Islam as a form of protest to them.
Hi, my name is Arifah Shazana and I will share about the next issue, which is the misinterpretation towards Islam. We will cover three aspects, which is the factors, effects, and roles. So the first factor is the lack of knowledge regarding Islam and the Muslim society. Islamophobics tend to neglect anything about Islam and Muslim. They didn't want to know more about us, but they accuse us for everything. When they don't have the knowledge about Islam and Muslim, they are easily influenced by the media that, let's be frank, media and news are not telling 100% the truth. Therefore, these Islamophobics that doesn't want to acknowledge Islam and Muslims will self-conclude that in any events, Muslims are the bad guy. So these are the factors that leads towards misinterpretation towards Islam. The next point is the effects. The effects towards Muslim itself, which are Muslims' life is severely affected. Muslims tend to live their life in constant fear, which is not healthy for humankind to go through. We have our right to speak up and live our life as freely as we can. So furthermore, the Muslims' right is often harassed and abused. For example, the choice to wear hijab is not allowed. It is our choice. It is our body and it is our choice. So why not women wear their hijab peacefully? The next example is daily routine of Muslims seems to be a threat to Islamophobics. For example, there's a one boy that goes to his school with his homemade projects. He made a clock, but then the teachers thought the clock is a bomb, and the teachers called authorities on that kid. That is messed up. So what can we do? What can the authority do? What are their rules? In my opinion, the authority should be fair and acknowledge Muslim rights as human beings. In this case, the law and punishment should be equal to those harassing Muslims, because Muslims are not the only one that is being harassed, but Muslims victims often taken for granted. So the next one is awareness shall be spread regarding the true Muslim and Islam. In this case, we can use the social media platform to spread the awareness regarding Muslim. For example, the awareness regarding Black Lives Matter. We can do the same for Muslim as well. So to conclude, misinterpretations toward Islam leads to a dangerous consequences.
So let's move to the next issue. Discrimination is the unfair or prejudicial treatment of people and groups based on characteristics such as race, gender, age, or sexual orientation, and even religious. This issue focuses on discrimination of hijab Muslim women. Some even curse them and insult them by calling it ninja because of her hijab on their head. And of course, this is caused by the media that frequently depict women in hijab as marginalized or associated with extremist movements. For example, in Malaysia, also have these barriers in job, especially in private sector. So we have Employees Act and the Industrial Relations Act to provide a separate system for reports and regulatory reviews to counter the discrimination against Muslim women in association with the wearing of hijab. But there is a need to a relevant statutes such as the Equality Act, which are in accordance with domestic law and are responsive to religion and culture, to be enforced in order to uphold the rights of women for both Muslim and non-Muslim.
All right, now
So we move to the next issue, which is threats. Islamophobia is widespread, particularly in Western countries, due to threats and violence in various ways. For example, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, once banned the entry of Muslim immigrants into Europe in 2006, and also touched on racial issues and posed a threat to Muslim immigrants who were in the America at that time. Most of the Western people do not know and understand Islam, so they just get very shallow information about Islam and often are manipulated with inaccurate things about Islam. Indeed, some of them just know Islam through the internet, which is distorted and supports the anti-Islamic agenda. So this is our responsibility as a Muslim to show a positive attitude towards them as taught in the Quran and Sunnah, which guides Muslims throughout our lives. And to eradicate and break off Islamophobia, indirectly make the world live in peace and serenity.
Alright, now let's move on to the next issue, which is the issue of misunderstanding about the concept of jihad. So, the concept of jihad is misunderstood by some movements, such as the ISIS movement, for example, is a group that has tarnished the name of Islam and has brought a clear struggle against Islam. The origin of the word jihad is a war against any violence, and this jihad actually consists of two, which is jihad spiritually and jihad physically. Jihad in spiritual term, which is to try fight against oneself and against all the temptation of oneself, which comes from lust and also the devil, in an effort to become more better. So next one is jihad physically. Jihad physically is by fighting to defend the country, religion, and family. But if there is any alternative to peace, then Islam is more encouraging to make a peace. as the conclusion, we can conclude that there are several phenomena related to peace, justice, and strong institutions, which are terrorism, discrimination, trade, misunderstanding of the concept of jihad, and also bad parenting. Therefore, the integrated initiative through the cooperation at all levels and a true understanding of Islam and Muslim themselves need to be disseminated to change the Western view more openly to Islam and Muslim, so as to overcome Islamophobia and expand the concept of the peace in this vast of society and country in order to maintain the well-being of Muslim from all over the country. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and attention. Hereby, we attach the references we use for this research. Thank you.